Do I really need to choose a niche to be successful on YouTube? Because if I do, I might be in trouble. Everywhere you look, the so called experts are saying pick a niche down, don't confuse the algorithm, don't confuse your audience. But what if the problem is we don't have a niche? What if the problem is that we have too many passions to fit into just one box? We're not a niche. And especially for those of us who are over 40, we haven't lived one-dimensional lives. We're layered, we're experienced, and we're curious, and we're still becoming. So today I want to talk about whether we really have to choose one lane or if we are allowed to be the niche. If this is your first time here, I'm Ellen. Welcome to Chiming In with Ellen. If you're coming back, I'm so glad you're here. And today, I'm thinking out loud with you. For months, and I mean months, I have been wrestling with this idea. What should this channel be about? I made lists, lots of lists, and I've watched other creators. I've studied what's working, and I try to imagine myself fitting into just one neat little category. And every time I thought I had it figured out, something else would tug at my sleeve and say, hey, what about me? But here's the truth. I don't have just one passion. I have many. And I suspect that if you're watching this, you do too. Let me just give you a glimpse into my brain. First, I'm a crafter. I'm a serial crafter. And if there's a medium that I feel like is enticing, I'm going to try it. I have been crocheting since I was probably 6. I design and make jewelry. I have been sewing since I could practically speak. I work with epoxy resin. I have made art out of crushed glass, shells, plastic spoons, beads, leftover soda bottles, you name it. And polymer clay, of course, I've tried it. So if it exists, I probably thought, I wonder if I could make something with that. But wait, there's more. I love animals. I have been an animal lover since I was a child. I have had dogs, cats, hamsters, gerbils, guinea pigs, chinchilla, geckos, rabbits, parrots, parakeets, freshwater fish, saltwater fish, and I'm probably forgetting something. That could easily be a channel. But wait, there's more. RV camping. My husband and I have a large RV camping group, and we travel to local resorts whenever we can. In retirement, well, I have big dreams. I would sell everything and live in the RV, travel the country, follow the roads where they take me. But my better half, he's the voice of reason, and he keeps me, uh, he keeps me grounded. Still, RV life could be a channel. Cruising. We love to go cruising. I love the big ships. I love the big blue oceans and the new ports to visit. Great entertainment that are offered on ships. I even entertained the idea of a small yacht, but just let me dream. Dreaming never hurt anybody. That could be a niche. Then there's learning. I love learning. During the COVID lockdown, instead of baking sourdough bread, I taught myself CAD and bought a 3D printer and learned to use it. I learned how to mix concrete in a wheelbarrow and make a walkway. With a little help, I built a small platform deck, and my husband and I actually even built a pallet pool. Yes, a pool out of pallets. Why? Because I wanted to see if we could. And that could be a niche too. So, how do you choose? How do you niche down your whole life when life has been about expanding, especially for women in my age bracket? We were raised to be capable, to be independent, to be resourceful and adaptable. And we were told we could be anything. But somehow, when it comes to YouTube, we're just told be one thing. And that feels small. And I've been watching women over 40 on YouTube, checking out their channels, and some are really laser focused. Some are lifestyle creators, some talk about fashion, some talk about retirement, some talk about health, some talk about being over 60 and single, and some just talk. And you know what I've noticed? The ones who are doing really well, they're just authentic, real women. They aren't trying to contort themselves into something they're not. They're they're consistent about who they are, and their topics vary. Their personality is what shines through. So here's what I've decided. Instead of choosing a niche, I'm going to be the niche. Chiming in with Ellen is the niche. My curiosity, experience, my crazy projects, my dreams, my experiments, my opinions, maybe, and my growth. So if you're 40, 50, 60 plus, and you're still curious and you still want to try new things and you don't really want to wear a single label, maybe you'll feel at home here. Maybe you're like me. Maybe you've hesitated to start something new because you don't fit into a neat little category. Maybe you thought, I'm too old, or I'm not specialized enough. I don't have a clear thing, my thing. What if your strength is enough? What if your lived experience is your brand? We're not 22-year-olds just starting out. We have lots of stories, decades of stories, skills, failures, successes, experiments, and reinventions. Why would we want to compress that into just one box? Now, am I ignoring strategy? No. I know that consistency matters and clarity matters. The algorithm definitely exists. I also know this: if I try to build a channel around something that's not fully me, I'm not going to sustain it. And I don't want to build something that feels like a cage. I want to build something that feels like a life. But I do know this: I want it to be authentic, to be real, to be evolving. I want it to reflect the woman I am today and who I'm still becoming. So maybe the niche isn't crafting or animals or RV life or cruising or learning new skills. Maybe the niche is curiosity in midlife. Maybe the niche is refusing to fade. Maybe the niche is simply chiming in. And if that resonates with you, I'd love for you to stick around and let's see where we end up. Thank you for watching, and I really do hope to see you the next time.